everybody, my name is Jessica Holyfield and I'm a professional dance choreographer and dance educator based out of the southeast of the United States, and we're here to take a look at Philip's Bulan dance practice. I've already seen the music video. I did a whole compilation of all the solo works of SB19, and we're taking a dive now into the dance practice side because I know these should do fine on getting passed on YouTube. So I'm ready, I hope you are. Let's watch. That lift is insane work. Cool. The lifts in this are very fun in how they're placed, how in context the transitions getting in and out of them are. There's like the duo lift that we saw. That is, I think it showed up in the music video. That's wild work. That's a really, really cool lift. Okay. So I think I had addressed it when I looked at the solo music video. This does remind me a lot of Lit by Lay. I have physically done Lit by Lay. I've reviewed it already. Choreographically, it has similarities. I am going to take the assumption similar to with Luna, right? With Pablo to NF. I'm just taking it as more so of an inspiration route with Philip to Lay, which I think is inspiration's inspiration. I think it's fun. It doesn't take away from Philip's perspective. I really like it because this one has really cool levels and really cool integration of lifts. Like truly, that's, God, it's so cool. So I like the intensity, commitment from everybody. It has such a genuinity to it. I like the weight shift here where it matches on the I like what the point on it is cool. The bass on the chest, accenting it down. Also having, you know, Philip's comfort level on jumping off when it doesn't look like there's somebody there. There is somebody in the back, most likely to catch if needed. But there's nobody holding on to his ankles at all like you would see somebody support the back in Dom that we saw in the group. So that's a lot of risk right there. He drops down, good timing on it. You have the accent of the elbow rotating it through. You have the whoo and the punching it forward. And then you have the accent with the arms. We knock it high-low. The travel up with the arm to have the pull on the like the lingering side of the tone. We have the hand go back as well. That's really fun. The toss downs are nice. They ended up taking it like a little uppercut, a hook on the side. We end up holding it out. I like the bounce with the look with the claw. It's cool. Using that to help with the opposition and the lean of the hand to the torso helps promote a transition into different spots, which is really cool. We end up knocking it. Boom, I like the toss with a hit it down with the head, and then we have this rebound. There's a move called the whoa. I learned this from Sherwin, aka Beast. This move where you like boom, you go around and you use it to help. It's a way of captivating and a performance and elevating your round, and especially when used properly in context. The head on that reminded me of that. Press down is fun. We knock it, we toss it down, accent with the chest to the floor. I like using that arm to help start the transition with the flip over with the foot. And then we end up, boom, we just freaking knock somebody out, right? Traveling it forward. I love that. And then we end up having looks like we have a chest, but then some people are using a head isolation to create a really nice rigid moment, which is cool. We travel it down. I like the kip up. Like, God, come on. We got to talk about how we got into that. So they have to prep. We hop them up. This reminds me of, what is it? You know the dragon dancers, right? The ones that are like the dragon performers where they like hop on the different places. I don't know what they're called. I'm so sorry. That positioning reminds me of that. And I know he has a dragon in his music video. Side note, I did hear that this tracked music video got in hot water because of the similarities between Lay's and his. In my personal opinion, I think it becomes a problem whenever like the law gets involved. Is really whenever we can be like, okay, it's a plagiarism case. If Lay doesn't do anything, then it doesn't matter. Does that make sense? Like I'm that's why I don't come from the position on, oh, was this plagiarized? If Lay takes it to court and it's found to be of plagiarism, then the answer would be yes. But if he doesn't, nor if they take it to court and no, there's a lot of differences, then that's the case too. So I know that's like a low-key elephant in the room about this. Not choreography, but the music video, and then also some of the choreography in the style being represented as a heavy crump posture. And Lay is a crumper. Which is why I'm saying there's heavy inspiration from it. But because I have no skin in the game in terms of what gets measured on the plagiarism scale, like you need to have a musicologist on it. You have to have, like, there's nobody in the choreography field. Like, it's really hard to find people to look at choreography and go, yep, you took that from a nuance standpoint. If it's like a straight ripoff, choreo for choreo, that's one thing. That's like if you just have eyes, you can see that. But if it's like a nuance of posture and style representation and how you choose to sequence your phrasing, we don't really have that to my knowledge in the dance realm. That's definitely not a developed field. So that's why I wanted, I think it's important to take the time to kind of address that because I'm not oblivious to that. So that's where my stance personally is I'm not going to call this plagiarized. I'm going to call it heavily inspired, unless there's news articles or there's situations that take place that are otherwise. But either way, that's none of my business to get involved, right? Anyway, moving on. I like the point forward, the hop down. No, we couldn't really appreciate what's going on in that back lift. Is that yeah, it is. Oh, he's sitting like he's a freaking Spider-Man about to pop off. Oh my God. Like those lifts are incredible. I appreciate it. You don't see it very often. So I like the toss down hit. I like the chest accent. We send it in. I like the double stomp there. Travel it up. I like the rigidness of the ISO wave getting traveled up. Isolated means it's one body part at a time. Yeah, so we actually end up accenting just the hips there. Knock to the side, toss it down. We have jabs in play, arms through. Bring it in, out, in, forward, more jabs. And then we end up sending it in. And we bring it down in high. And then we go from one side to another. Once again, the dynamic or the texture of it is very stiff, rigid, but there is a flow to it. It's cool. Open it forward. We send it high, low. We end up scooping it, tossing it low. The tension on it's fun. We're sending it from one side, tossing it to the other. Double jab. We end up ball changing, sending it through. Come on now. Double bounce. We accent. We end up sending it. Everyone goes low except for Philip. He tosses it front. Then they end up traveling that leg up. They go high. I really like the fullness there. Dropping it low. You open it up. Go middle. High. Love that. I really like the commitment that everybody has here as well. Really cool. The little head swing from one side to another. And I like that we bring it across, rotating it out before we present it outward. So we're messing around with going more so across our body to the side of the body, extending the body to the kinesphere. It's really nice. Good presentation, subtle head isolation. We open it up, knocking it to the side. I like the head to accent after the leg travels it up to the head. Clap on the ch sound, so nice music moment. We do have a lot of unison here in this section, but we had such really cool moments in our transitions earlier on. I think it's a fine place to have unison. Toss down, arm swing. And then they end up doing a different direction with the place. I think their base is representing there, and I like that Philip stayed front. Oh, da-na-na-na-na-na, so that's a wordplay choice most likely. So they end up hitting it, accents, 2 accents over, knocking it, sending it low, toss downs, and then we end up going from the formation we were into a circle. That's really cool, because you wouldn't expect where they came from, here, to the circle whatsoever with proper spacing. They get snaps for that. That was really cool. They open it up, more individuality, but matching dynamics. What I mean by that is everyone is able to express themselves individually, but they all are on the same page in how they need to, what kind of guidelines or guardrails are they permitted. And a lot of it comes down to speed change or range of motion that you can operate in. You don't want everybody internalized and then one person's really big unless they are the feature, and the opposite as well. So everybody's making similar choices, but they are different. So I really like that. You got Philip that's expanded. He is an obviously different level. He's arching it back, living his life. I like that they all now get on the same page, taking the hand, open it up to hear the sound that we're catching there, the grab. They take it, bring it in. I like the hook. They're using that to kick all the way around. We come up, take the arm, send it low. They bring it up, toss, down, back to front, back to front. They end up doing that about 3 times. Open up those arms. That whoo! Good different direction change coming out of that. Is Jay on this? This guy kind of looks like Jay. I could be wrong though. So sorry. We end up hitting it. I like the double tap down. Then we end up accenting with the hips. Base, base, base. We open it through. Scoop it in. So same as before. We've already seen entertain. Unison. We end up using this here now to using Philip as an inverted V. Now it's turned into an add-on pass-off where they hit it up, accent over to the other side. Cool. That's like a delegated add-on. Cool. So they go ball change, reset, then good tension. We go double bounce on that. Clap, punch it down, travel that leg up. Some of us are bringing the leg behind. Some are keeping it up. But then you have Philip. He keeps his leg down. Everyone drops low, lower level. He gets to have his moment out in whoo. You have the whoo where it's very unified, collective. So having everybody do that makes sense there. Marches on timing. Thank you for that. Not a basket run in sight. We knock, and then from here, this looks more on the haka side, or probably a traditional cultural dance, probably from the Philippines, maybe, more so than krump. I see a lot of, I have a couple colleagues from New Zealand who, you know, they've partaken in haka, but also krump, and it's just really cool to see them freaking pop off. I learned haka from a krumper, side note, from New Zealand, so I say that. Shout out to Lightsaber for that. So the clap, toss over, I like the accent to the front, punches, and then the switch off of the knees is cool. And it's taking a little scoop there. The rigidness is cool. Some of us are isolating, some are just using the whole body to create the rigid moment, so I thought that was interesting to catch. Punch forward. Then we end up using more of a concaving torso to help press it back, collectively in the formation, maintaining spacing. And then we have a little spherical basket run. I'll pick my battles today. So here, just the cleanliness of getting into our lift. He brings it up. I like that we on the gong. We slowly lift the head up to match what's going on with Philip holding up. We call this the Bulan position, where it kind of looks like a bow and arrow, but one of the hands is open. In general, it was cool. It was a clean dance practice. I thought the lifts were so cool here. Out of most things, solo works that I've seen, that's a really cool component in this one that really makes it stand out. This was so fun. Thank you guys so much for watching. I've looked at lots and lots of SB19 from a collective dance front. I've looked at all the solo music videos, and now I'm slowly going through the dance practices, like I've said. If you are able to see any of your favorite tracks that you know are title tracks from the group on YouTube, most likely they're blocked. They're over on Patreon, absolutely for free for you to enjoy alongside fellow fans, fellow A10. I'm Jess, and I will catch you guys on the flip side. Bye.